Ah, Hello, folks. We are here for a kind of a different and trying to make a tragedy into a comedy situation. And right now we have named this Finding Nemo, aka the Indian cricket team, because right now we are like fishes in the ocean that just wave around, going around places that have absolutely zero clue where they are, what they are doing. They're just there because they've been put there for a reason. And currently, an Indian cricket team is in that situation. And it's not just the loss to the West Indies that happened yesterday. Their first win against us in ODIs since 2019. Um, but it's more of the fact that despite only 2 months to the World Cup, we decided to experiment. Um, we didn't learn from last year. We haven't learned from the last 10 years, you could argue. But last year, if you remember in the T20 World Cup, Rohit Sharma said that with 2-3 months to go, he said that we look to experiment and start to see new players. We all know that how that ended, and now with the ODI World Cup coming up, we decided to experiment. Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma rested. I'll get to those thoughts and hope I don't rant. We hope I don't rant because that's not the point. And we 3 match ODI series against West Indies, and then 5 T20s against West Indies in the ODI World Cup season, 3 T20s against Ireland in the ODI World Cup season, and then we play the Asia Cup and then Australia, and then we decide, okay, let's play some serious opponents, and then we'll play Australia, and then we play Australia in the 3 match ODI series before the World Cup. So Varun, do you think these players are actually taking the World Cup seriously? Because I don't think they are.
When have we ever taken the World Cup seriously since 2016, man? Just tell me one game where we took it seriously.
ఏంటన్నా ఏదైనా తేడాగా ఉందా?
ఏం లేదే.
అస్సలు కొంచెం కూడా తేడా అనిపించడం లేదా?
నాకేం తేడా కనపట్లేదే.
And then you just go on with the same squad, same old names that we've seen since I was born, I would say, at the moment.
Yo, I just noticed. I just had a Chennai FC background. See, I just noticed. So, if you noticed at the start, we were as confused as how the Indian cricket team is looking now. That's why I couldn't even care less to change my background to Chennai FC. And even we were confused as to something was off. And now, yeah, where do we start? I'm sure you've all have heard of this movie called Finding Nemo. So we plan to attempt to find the plans of the Indian cricket team just before the World Cup starts in 2 months, which I'm pretty sure half of them are not aware of because they are still thinking this is some sort of a jolly riding. You know what? I'm just getting paid. I might as well just show up and
Why?
talk to me, bro. Yeah, fine. Let's find something. Let's try to find,
See, I think first of all, the schedule they put up is wrong. The way they're starting this new cycle before the World Cup is wrong. Playing against West Indies, first of all, with a squad which is not even half baked yet, right? That's not the right way to go when you're playing in your home country. When you're playing a World Cup, you need to take things seriously. And this team, they don't even look like they don't give two.
I am fire.
Right,
I am the fire.
So first of all, they don't have a clear mindset, right? As I said in the video before the blooper, they want the money.
Yeah.
Right, they're playing for the money. You said that too. So that's all that's in their mind. They come, they play, they get paid, and they go back home and sleep. They get on vacation. Who knows what they'll do, right? And right when the World Cup comes, they'll play their A game and how to be defeated in the most easiest way. And when you go to the semis, that's a whole different situation again. We don't need to talk about it. Okay, boys played well.
Antega.
The Indian cricket team, first of all, needs to change their mindset. Until then, you won't really see much of a difference from 2021 to 2023 and 2024.
I mean, the thing about is it, right? We are now suddenly starting to experiment so randomly. Yes. With 2 months of the World Cup left. We're getting players like Ishan Kishan in opening, albeit these 2 games he scored 50s. Samson, by the way, failed today. To all those who were screaming for him, good luck for that. Surya Kumar Yadav, I don't know what he's doing in the ODI setup. Umran Malik, Mukesh Kumar, um, then Shardul Thakur. You could argue in Akshar Patel. I mean, what is this even? We're 2 months to the World Cup and we randomly start to experiment now. Didn't we learn from last year? Last year we experimented before the T20 World Cup.
At least they should have learned since 2021. Not even last year, 2021, where we failed miserably. Right? Okay, you know. As I said before, right? This is a half-baked team, even in the West Indies. Okay, I understand that Rishabh Pant is out and you're
And just
trying
to put
new
into
wicket keepers.
context, we
Right?
lost to a team that is not in the World Cup qualifier, not even in the World Cup.
Yeah.
That has not beaten us before this in an ODI since 2019. It's about 4 years. And just recently got embarrassed by Scotland, Netherlands, and Zimbabwe in the World Cup qualifiers. They didn't even qualify for the World Cup. Just to put that into context.
Yeah. So see, basically India is going with nakocha tikkundi daniko lekkundi kind of mindset, and then they're flopping all around. What can we do? First of all, I think of West Indies as like China now. And I'm thinking that India lost to a team like China. So see, you're trying players like Ishan Kishan and Sanju Samson. I get it that Rishabh Pant is out. You're trying for new wicket keepers. That's okay, but they're not even performing, and we don't even know if Pant is gonna be back. I think it's gonna be the same situation as Bumrah, right? India is really begging for Bumrah to be back, to be their prime bowler, even when he has no game time, when he has no practice. They want him to be back, and they want him to play the World Cup however he is. Right, brand value.
Only for him to get rust again and then get injured again and then moan about it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the same situation with Pant. They want him to play somewhere at 5 or 6 just to have that name as a wicket keeper. They don't care about his batting. They need a wicket keeper and they need a good name to fit into their lineup. That's all they're looking for. They're not looking for some brand new talent, some goppa goppal talent, right? They just want a player, a brand value player, and that's Rishabh Pant for them. Dhoni is retired anyway. We can't talk about him. KS Bharat is just for the test setup. Sanju Samson, within all of the politics and all of his fans yelling, he's not doing anything. Right? How many ever chances you give him, he's not utilizing it right. Right? Even in home conditions, even when you give him chances in overseas conditions, he's not utilizing them right. Ishan Kishan is just a bit better, but when you're playing in an opening spot which has too much competition around it, he can't make it as a wicketkeeper or as a batsman, especially in the World Cup. Right? So this wicketkeeper dilemma, this batting dilemma of the middle order, even the opening, I can say the whole batting order dilemma, it's a confusing order for India right before the World Cup, which is a horrific moment to live in right now.
And look at the scheduling, right? We play 3 ODIs and then 5 T20s. We're playing 5 T20s in an ODI World Cup season, and then we're playing 3 T20s against Ireland in an ODI World Cup season. And then we decide, okay, finally we'll make an Asia Cup as an ODI World Cup format, as an ODI format, in which we are so obsessed with playing with Pakistan that we have to play them against them twice. I mean, we couldn't get to keep Sri Lanka or Bangladesh in our group, or even Afghanistan. Yeah. I mean, I kind of feel for Nepal. I mean, they're just another team stuffed into our group so that India and Pakistan can go through. And then they realize, okay, we need to play some solid team before the World Cup, so we'll call Australia for a home series, which fair enough. But you could have made that a 5-match series, like a proper 5-match series. Now, play them after the Ashes, proper 5-match ODI series, and then go into the World Cup with a mindset that, okay, we are getting the players in, we have, and we shouldn't be experimenting at this time. We should have our set 11. This Indian team right now is as unprepared as our ticket as a World Cup ticket. I mean, 2 months to a World Cup and you don't even announce the tickets. I mean, how insane is that? We've always been taught a proverb as a child. Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. It's as simple as that. and we've been preparing for failure since God knows when. I mean, 2019, I agree, I can take it. We had a decent World Cup. We finished top we played everyone once and we finished top. We beat Australia convincingly, South Africa, Pakistan, West Indies, um,
Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka, Bangladesh. They were all convincing wins. We lost to England and New Zealand was a washout.
Yeah.
And of course, the semi final where we, yeah.
We don't need to talk about it. Okay, boys played well.
And after that, it's like we just lost that zinc captaincy what Virat Kohli used to have. We all thought, okay, Rohit Sharma will do something because he's got 5 IPL trophies, and now we're like, get Virat Kohli back. I mean, I'd much rather have Kohli as captaincy than Rohit Sharma because at times he does not seem to have a clue what he's doing. And now, right before a World Cup starts in 2 months, he decides that okay, me and Rohit Sharma will not play. We'll give chances to others. I mean, it's as if they are scoring hundreds after hundreds after hundreds after hundreds. So we'll give ourselves rest. Why do we need to play against the West Indies?
Yeah.
We'll send these the other players, the fringe players in so that they can get some game time and then they can get some I got an ODI cap under my name. And then
See, I mean, we still see that Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma, they don't need to really be in the setup. But after looking at this game, we seem like we are nothing without these two players anymore.
2 games actually. First game chasing 115, we almost messed it up.
Yeah. It's crazy. That's what these two players, they've been since what I was born. And they're still playing and you drop them for one game against a team like China and you lose to them. Horrific bowling, horrific batting. This team is going nowhere. Right, you're still depending on one or two players and you're still, struggling. Even having that much of an experienced squad in the BCCI's mindset, and you're still really, really struggling even against teams like that. So it's crazy, and especially about the scheduling. Right, you said we have 2 months to the World Cup, and there's too many T20s rather than ODIs. I don't really blame the players. I think I should blame BCCI and the fans, first of all, because the fans, they go to more T20 games than the ODIs. Right, T20s get more viewership than the ODIs, and T20s get more hype than ODIs. Right, so BCCI wants the money, they'll get the money with T20s. IPL, these all franchise leagues, they changed everything basically, right? So ODI is not getting as much attention as it used to before. See, it used to be 60 overs, now it's 50 overs. Now people are demanding that it might be 40 overs and it should be 40 overs or even lower. So this is how ODI cricket is changing, and it just slowly started to degrade, and T20 started to come up into action. So that's the problem here.
That's the problem. No, ODI series are not really getting much of an attention unless it's like a quadrangular series or a bilateral series or something like that. Because these, it's a triangular series, not bilateral series. Bilateral series, we used to dominate them. We used to dominate the Paytm series. Now we can't even win Paytm series.
Because it's MasterCard, right? It's not Paytm, it's MasterCard.
Oh, sorry. See, at least we used to win that. I mean, we used to be called the Paytm Trophy bullies. Now we can't even win series at home. And
say you can't always be masters when there's a MasterCard trophy right in front of you. You're not the masters yet.
Things we have to say to like convince ourselves. Oh my god, this is what we have gone to.
Yeah. And again, it's still the player dilemma, the wicketkeeper dilemma, the bowler dilemma, the batting dilemma. I don't know when this is going to be solved.
We look at West Indies the way they have gone down since they won their last T20 World Cup and now the ODI World Cup. They're not being given qualifying for the World Cups.
Yeah.
I mean, we could be in that situation too, but we won't because we are the richest board in the world. So there won't be a World Cup without India. There won't be viewership without India. I mean, but it's like we're just taking things for granted. And I've stopped giving I used to feel bad when the Indian team loses, especially like the 16 semi-final, the 17 final,
Yeah.
19 semi-final where we lost, and after that it's just like, do we even need to feel bad for them anymore?
Yeah.
People say, "Oh, I feel bad for people like I feel bad for Kohli. I feel bad for Rohit." Yeah, you feel bad for someone who's getting millions in his bank account despite failing.
See, as an SRH fan, as an Indian fan, if we get a win in the IPL or a win in the World Cup, as Brahmanandam says, ఒక్కొక్క
ఒక్కొక్క
scene
scene
ఒక్కొక్క
ఒక్కొక్క
diamond లా
diamond
ఉంది.
లా ఉంది.
ఒక్కొక్క win ఒక్కొక్క diamond లా ఉంది. It feels like that right now. Whenever we win a game in the World Cup, whenever our team wins a game in the IPL, that's how I personally feel. Right? It's getting too much at the moment. We are, as you said, we're getting used to losing these kind of crunch moments, these kind of important moments that we're kind of like savoring them when we're really getting them. And when we get them, we again mess it up in the end. That's a different story. We'll leave it at that. But when the good moment comes, we'll talk about it.
When the good moment comes,
When the good moment
hopefully it
comes.
will come in some years' time, whether it be 2 years or 20 years or 50 years, we'll be eagerly waiting for that. And
See, I think before India
I
wins the
mean,
World Cup, but
I
I think
seriously don't
before
know. I mean,
India wins the
last year,
World Cup, I think Rajamouli will finish his whole Mahabharata series.
probably, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that's how peak it is. I mean, you see teams like Australia, England, New Zealand take it seriously. I mean,
Yeah,
Australia, whatever we say about them, when it comes to the World Cup, they are where they are for a reason.
yeah,
And I mean, I wish we had a mentality like Australia did. I wish we had a mentality like England do now. I
yeah.
mean, they are current white ball champions, both ODI
See,
World Cup and T20
basically,
World Cup.
they have a good mindset for the fans, for themselves, and for the country. Right now, BCCA is like what? 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 times the profits of what NZ, Australia, England get. Right? That's how rich and high BCCA is. And now England, these kind of teams, they don't really have that much money. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna play for the country. They're gonna represent the country and play for the country and make their fans and their population proud. What do we have? We have money and we want to spend the money and we want to make double the money. That's all the mindset here is. Right.
The people keep saying, "Oh, the problem is IPL is this, IPL that." The problem is not the IPL. The IPL, good thing IPL has done is it's increased our talent pool.
Yeah, of course.
We have got so many unearthed talents like Hardik Pandya, Bumrah. They all came from the IPL.
Yeah.
The problem is not with the IPL. The problem is picking players straight out of the IPL and not looking at the domestic careers. I mean,
Hmm.
why is Surya Kumar Yadav, without due respect, why is he playing ODIs?
Yeah. Right.
Why are we upset? Look at England.
Hmm.
After 2015, that they lost in the World Cup, they were like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep you for tests. We're gonna keep you for ODIs. We're gonna keep you for T20s. That only few players mix match here and there, but otherwise, the core of the team will be probably
See,
is going to be
simply
different.
more than Surya Kumar Yadav, why is Umran Malik in the squad? What
Why
has
is
he
Mukesh
done?
Kumar in the squad?
Why is Mukesh Kumar? At least he has a good domestic season, but I think they kept that at the side and looked at his IPL season. And that was also right at the par. It's nonsense at the moment.
Yeah,
There's nothing to do.
yeah,
They
and then
should just
ODI,
change,
and
man.
then we know basically what 11 is going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill will open. Shikhar Dhawan again will get discarded like usual. I mean, I don't know what wrong
I
that guy
think
has done
he's
to.
going to China, right? For
Nah,
Asian Games or something?
he's not in that squad as well.
He's not?
Nah.
Hurry?
ఏమిటండి
Yeah.
మీరు మాట్లాడేది?
Oh.
Yeah, the disrespect that guy gets is just unreal. I mean, at least in ICC events, that guy turns up.
Yeah. Oh God, really?
Yeah, and then Kohli will come at number 3, and then probably down the other will have. We know what the 11 is going to be apart from one or two players, and last time I felt this slow before a World Cup was 2015. 2015, I never thought we were going to do anything. But to be fair, we got a semi-final with a piss poor squad.
Yeah.
but we had a certain MS Dhoni as captain who can basically extract something out of you, even when you might have less in ability, but he can somehow squeeze that talent out of you.
Yeah.
I don't think Rohit Sharma is that person. 5 IPLs and all is great, but when it comes to the Indian team,
Yeah.
we clearly see he
It's a
doesn't have a
different
clue. I
competition.
mean, 2022 World Cup semi-final bowling changes, didn't have a single clue. World Test Championship final, I saw, man lost it. Man didn't have a clue what he was doing,
Yeah.
and now this. By the way, let me take you back 1 year before, like before the 2020 World Cup, 2 months, 3 months before, when I think we were playing the West Indies.
Okay.
He was like, with 2-3 months left in the World Cup, we'll be looking to experiment with a few more players.
Yeah. I remember.
Hello, we have a World Cup, and you want to experiment now. Good luck with that. And with that, or we didn't run, did we? Or we did. I don't know what to call this. It's just straight emotions out of the heart, and we are.
Yeah.
And I'm putting a contest to all of you. We're trying to find the plans of the Indian cricket team. Me and Varun. I'm searching it here in one part of New Jersey. He'll be searching it in New York, and we can begin a worldwide search to begin.
Let's shout out to Manish to find it in Kansas or anywhere he wants to go.
Manish is in Dallas, but that's a different story.
Dallas, okay.
Yeah, so we'll try a worldwide hunt.
Yeah.
Whoever gets it gets a lifetime settlement. Shout out Kaidi. Whoever gets it, lifetime settlement on the table, cash. So with that, me and Varun, we'll sign off. Jai Balaya.
Jai Balaya.